Hey, this is Professor Homa. Welcome to GRD 130, and I'm going over my Unit 1 discussion question because a lot of people gave me examples of things they found, and I wanted to go over something I found and just show you some things that you may not have looked at when you're looking at your products. Everybody's focusing on the name of the product and promoting, and this is Da Vinci Gourmet Syrup. It's a raspberry syrup. I put a little drop into my coffee before I put coffee in. Gives a little bit of flavor. You may see vanilla syrups and hazelnut syrups, and this is a raspberry. And this is Da Vinci. That's the name of the company, so it's using a very formal kind of scripty typeface on an angle, very decorative, and then it has gourmet and a sans serif typeface right there. It has, and that's certainly promoting the brand and identifying the brand because they're using that on all of their bottles, regardless if it's raspberry or hazelnut or anything else. Now over here, they're describing what's inside, so it's identifying the contents: Pacific Northwest raspberry syrup, natural flavors, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, the less important stuff they put in a typeface that's harder to read. It also has some information on the bottom about no artificial flavors and things like that, so you could feel good about, putting it in your coffee or whatever you do with it. Now, also, I want to point out here that there's an image on it. Now, everybody was talking about images, but here, images help you identify it more. So, they have the type sideways there. It's hard to read, but, you see two big raspberries on it. You have an idea of what kind of syrup it is. So it has that visual cue to help you identify the syrup, so you know right away. You don't have to do any reading. You see two big raspberries on there, you know it's raspberry. And also, they color coordinate the bottle, too. It has a lot of kind of pink colors that pull out the same colors that are in there, kind of this raspberry color, to help identify it more. And then they're also using green. Green could be used to help convey that it's more healthy or something, but it's also a nice contrasting color. Green and red are contrasting colors. Now you'll see shades of these like pink and things like that, but green is a kind of a cooler color, raspberry is more of a warmer color, so they have a nice contrast. So they contrast nicely, they go together nicely because of the differences between them. So, that's why you're seeing some green here. Now there could be other reasons as well. Natural, being green could indicate natural green grass, the green movement, all that kind of stuff. So it's telling you that it's better for you, I guess. It says single origin. I don't even know what that means. And I don't like that this naturals is in a script typeface because it kind of competes with this one. I don't know if you necessarily need that, but they sometimes use more of a handwritten typeface to indicate that it's more natural, like someone just wrote it on or something, to convey that. But again, you have a visual cue here on the front also, and you even have some graphics here of dripping stuff to kind of indicate that it's syrup. And if you turn it over to the back, a lot of people didn't do that. A lot of people just looked at the front of things. If you look at the back, a lot of information here. This is all graphic design too. Lots of different typefaces. Most of it is in a sans serif typeface because it's easier to read in small copy. And we have nutrition facts, and we even have instructions on how to put it in there. So it's kind of instructing us, it's guiding us, it's informing us, all these kind of graphic design purposes. It's informing us that there's 100 calories, but also that's just 2 tablespoons. You don't need much of this in there, 100 calories for just a little bit. And it's telling you how much cholesterol, all that kind of stuff. It's educating you on how to put it in your coffee or whatever you do with it. There's some instructions here. It's informing you that there's 0 juice in it, just so you don't think there's any raspberry juice in it. It's also identifying the company as well on the back. So if you're just looking at the back, you still know that it's Da Vinci and not from some other company. It's also identifying what it is again up here. And then if you turn it to its side, there's the ingredients, so it's telling you what's in it. So if you're allergic to anything, or if you want to see if there's sugar in it or any kind of fake sugar or anything like that, it's telling you what's in it. It's identifying the website. It's putting icons of social media, things like that. And more importantly, there's also a SKU down here. There's a barcode down here. And again, what's the purpose of that? Does that help graphic design? No, but that barcode is being used to help, I guess, connect it to a database. If you scan that barcode, it may go to a database and remove one item from the database and identify that that was purchased. You can also scan a barcode and tell how much it costs, and it has a lot of information just buried in it, but it's in a graphic format, so that has its own purpose that may not be for you, but may be for the people that are selling it, that they have this graphic on it. Because what did they used to do before barcodes? You guys probably don't even remember. A lot of you are too young to remember. Price tags. Used to have someone at a supermarket with some little gun and a price tag, and they'd just be sticking little price tags on everything. And that's how you knew what it was. I mean, people sometimes used to peel price tags off of other stuff and put it on something and hope they could get it cheaper, but you can't do that with a barcode. So just wanted to mention all these different kind of purposes of graphic design here. This is all graphic design. The back of the label is graphic design, even though it's not as attention grabbing. It's informative, it's purposeful. There's lots of purposes in graphic design, and there's really no icons here. It's all text, except these down here, but it's mainly text. So don't forget about how important text is to graphic design. So just want to point that out regarding everyone's Unit 1 discussion post.